Hello, one and all. My piano's not turned on. This is not a good start. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when people walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my cabaret. It's a holly jolly Christmas cabaret, and I'm going to be doing some singing and some talking tonight. So I hope you enjoy. Sit back, relax, spike your cocoa, or do whatever comes naturally to you, and enjoy the show. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is somewhere you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh, by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. All right, welcome to my virtual cabaret, my very first ever virtual cabaret. I did a cabaret, the last time I did a cabaret was about 10 years ago, when I had a lot of dreams in my head and a lot more hair, to be honest. So the first thing I want to do is just kind of acknowledge the way this is going to work tonight. I know some people haven't seen a cabaret before or heard of a cabaret other than the musical, and that's totally fine. So cabaret is kind of like a concert, except there's like talking, like a little more talking than in a concert. So I'm going to be doing some talking, I'm going to be doing some singing. You know, I'll try to hit your favorites, but I don't know. It's one of those nights, so I'm going to try my best to kind of keep pushing through and not pay too much attention to the chat, although I welcome all messages, and I am reading along as we go. But I do want to encourage one thing in the chat. I just want to see where people are coming from tonight. Like, where in the world does Santa find you tonight? And go ahead and put that in the chat. If you feel so inclined, feel free to just sit there and lurk as well if you don't want to out yourself right now. But I would love to see where people in the world are coming from. So, if you don't know me, my name is Daniel Wargo, and this is my cabaret. Yeah, and I'm going to get started without any further ado. So, a lot of people say that Christmas is about Jesus. And, you know, I guess they're right, but Christmas is really about stuff. It's about things. It's about parties. It's about peppermint mochas. It's about cranberry bliss bars. It's about watching the Santa Claus. It's about watching the Hallmark Channel way more than at any other point during the year. It's about calling your socks stockings. It's about saying the word ho more than you normally would. You know, it's about a few things. And there are a lot of things that I like about Christmas. And so I wanted to sing a song about a few of my favorite things. So here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. I've been through some bad, I should be a sad. Who would have thought it turned me to a savage? Rather be tied up with cuffs and not strings. Write my own checks like I write what I sing. My wrist, stop watching. My neck is flossing. My big deposits. My gloss is popping. You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just spot it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got 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 it. You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just spot it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. Wearing a ring, but ain't gonna be no misses. Bought matching diamonds for 6 of my. I'd rather spoil all my friends with my riches. Think retail therapy my new addiction. Whoever said money can't solve your problems must not have had enough money to solve them. They say which one, I say nah, I want all of them. Happiness is the same price as red bottoms. My smile is beaming, my skin is gleaming the way it shine. I know you've seen it. I bought a crib just for the closet, both his and hers. I want it, I got it. 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 You like my hair? Gee, thanks, just bought it. I see it, I like it. I want it. I got my receipts be looking like phone numbers. If it ain't money, then wrong number. Black card is my business card. It may be setting the tone for me. I don't mean to brag, but I be like, put it in the bag, yeah. When you see them racks, they stack up like my. Shoot, go from the store to the booth, make it all back in one loot. Give me the loop, never mind, I got the juice. Nothing but net when we shoot. Look at my neck, look at my jet. Ain't got enough money to pay me respect. Ain't no budget when I'm on the set. If I like it, then that's what I get, yeah. I got it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it. You like my hair? Gee, thanks, just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, yeah. I tricked you there. I tricked you. You thought I was going to go for the Sound of Music, but then I went all with Ariana Grande. You know, it's like I pulled the wool over your eyes, and I had to do it because I love that song, and I love my girl Ari. Even though she's not single anymore, she is in a relationship, and apparently she's engaged. I'm not fazed by it, but I'll just have to work a little harder next year. I'm sweating profusely. It is really hot. I'm wearing a sweater indoors. This is fun. But I saw we have Vancouver in the house. We got New York in the house. We got downstairs in the house. We have California in the house. I love to see it. Thank you guys for being here tonight. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit for this next tune. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this year. And this year has been, very difficult for a lot of people. And but since this is my show, and since those people aren't allowed in my house right now because they might have COVID and they can't tell their story, I'm going to tell my story a little bit about this year and what this year has meant to me. So back in July, after a few months of kind of wrestling with unemployment and trying to decide what the best route for me was going to be into the future, I made a decision to, stop paying rent. And and the way I did that was by begging and asking very nicely to move back home with my parents. I looked at my finances, and I did not want to dig myself into some kind of deep hole that the pandemic was offering me, and so I made the decision to move back home. And I'm so lucky that my parents were willing to take me and my dog Sherman and bring me in. And I mean, I didn't give them a whole lot of choice, but I gave them some choice in the matter. And so I'm so grateful for the ability that I've had to come and move back home. Being in my 30s, it was not the sexiest move that I could have done. And certainly was not a move that I ever anticipated doing. But I'm really grateful that my parents were nearby, and it was an actual option. Mostly because before 2020, I didn't even know that a pandemic was a real thing. I mean, I thought we fixed those with science, but we haven't. We all know that now. So the next song that I'm going to sing is a song that has always been my favorite song, my favorite Christmas song. And this year, it's kind of taken on new meanings for me, because this year I will be home for Christmas, quite literally, and there's nowhere to go or people to see. So there's that element of this song, the classic "I'll Be Home for Christmas." But there's also something inside of me this year that is longing for the life that I created and the home that I created up in LA for so many years. And so I've got this kind of dichotomy of I'm going to be home with my family, which so many people are not privileged enough to do this year. And I'm so lucky for that. And I'm also missing my life and what I left behind. And so this is my favorite Christmas song. I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams, if only in my dreams. Whew. Cool. Well, thank you for that. Like I said, that is my all-time favorite Christmas carol, and I think it's just a beautiful song. And I love the intro to that tune, which is rarely done, sometimes done, but I think it's a beautiful intro to songs. I wish more songs had intros. It's such a lost form. Speaking of people writing songs, people creating songs, and so a couple years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, I had this like phrase pop into my mind. And when I heard the phrase, I was like, that has to be a song. That has to be a song. It's a song title. It's beautiful. It's perfect for a song. And I'm not someone who often writes songs. I don't write a lot of music. I have, but that's not something that I'm like, I have to write music. But when this title popped into my mind, I was like, this is the song that I have to write. And so I knew it was a Christmas song right away. It's a Christmas song. It has to be a Christmas song. It has to be written at Christmas. So every year, a couple days before Christmas, I'm like, sitting down at the piano, and I'm like, I'm going to write this song. And I have the title. So I go and I like maybe hit a chord, and I'm like, I'm really tired. Because back in those days, I was really busy. I was super, super busy. And I was tired. And I always waited till the last minute to try and write the song. So then I would say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this song away, and in August, I'm going to write this song. So by Christmas, it'll be ready. But in August, I never want to write that song, when I have time. So anyway, this year, I was given a few gifts. I was given the gift of time for the first time in a December. And I have to say, this has been the longest December of my life. Not a bad thing. I always wished for a long December, but here we are. It's been a really long December, and it's still going. There's just several days left of it. And I'm the least busy that I've ever been in this month, which is wonderful and awesome. And this year, I was also given the gift of being single again, which is one of those gifts that feels like a curse until you remember that there's like a billion things or a billion people in the world who are super attractive, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be cool. And the reason I'm getting into this will make a lot more sense later when I get to the end of my story. So I'm saying all this because the title that popped into my mind all these years ago was called Single and Ready to Jingle. And I always knew that it had to be from the perception of Santa Claus. and had to be about Mrs. Claus leaving Santa Claus. So I felt like, you know what, I have some time this year. I'm in the right mind space. Me and Santa, we got our things going on this year. So I figured this is the perfect time to write this song. And so I am going to sing you this very silly song that I wrote this year. And this will be the debut of this silly song, single and ready to jingle. Oh, you know what? I feel like I'm going to need my Santa hat because I want you to remember I'm Santa when I'm singing this song. I'm not Daniel. I am Santa. So I'll put this on. This costume change. Just a brief one. And here we go. Okay. So you got it. Okay. We got it. I've been getting in a pinch like I'm Mr. Grinch like, and I believe it started sometime last year. I've been sitting in my sleigh like, just missing Bay like, since Mrs. Claus says she don't like living here. She packed her bags and moved to a far distant land. She told me not to call her to ride. I've worked too hard on my jolly brand. And now I'm screaming, oh, oh, holy night, single and ready to jingle all the way. Santa's got a brand new swag, single and ready to jingle every damn day. And I got some new fun toys in my bag. So now I'm drinking with the elves like, treating myself like I've earned a little fun for a change. I've been spiking all my cocoa like I've been chain smoking like I am nearly half of my age. I'm out each night looking for play. Underneath the mistletoe, I take an Uber instead of my sleigh. In case I meet a ho-ho-ho, single and ready to jingle all the way. Santa's got a brand new swag, single and ready to jingle every damn day. And I got some new fun toys in my bag. I believe that I can finally change into the man that she wants me to be. I believe that I can turn the page. For the children of the world it is necessary. I believe that I can leave this cage. It's pretty hard when you're paying alimony. Single and ready to jingle all the way. Santa's got a brand new swag, single and ready to jingle every damn day. And I got some new fun toys in my bag, single and ready to jingle all the way. Santa's got a brand new swag, single and ready to jingle every damn day. And I got some new fun toys in my bag. There we go. So that's my sorry, that's my very silly song that I finally wrote. And it's funny because I never imagined that song being so slow and sad, but you know, it's a happy one. He gets what he wants at the end of the day. So, all right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my kind of former career, what was happening at the beginning of this year, before at last Christmas time. So for well over a decade, I spent my time working as a musician, and much of my time was as a musician in the Catholic Church, and without going into too much detail on that, because this is a cabaret, it's not the Daily Show. I'm not going to give my thoughts on that, but I will say that I worked for the Catholic Church for many years, and since I've been an adult, I have worked on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. That's been a kind of a non-starter. If you want the job, you kind of got to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and so that has been my life for a number of years, and it was something that it's like I had this love-hate relationship with it. I mean, I love the holidays. I love Christmas Eve. I love Christmas Day. I really hated having to work on those holidays, and I resented it to a certain extent, because when you're there, when you're at the church and you're working, you see all of these people who have such joy and such freedom, and they're not stressed, and they're having a good time, and they're seeing their family, and they're with the people that they love. And I, on the other hand, kind of am the most stressed on those days. I'm incredibly stressed. I'm running from one thing to the next. I've got to get music, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's a nonstop kind of day, and it's high energy. It has to go well. So there's all of these elements that are at play. But there's also this kind of joy factor of, I am providing joy. I'm in the service of providing joy for other people. And there's something wonderful to that. And so, so I kind of always had this relationship with it where I like, now that I don't have it, I see the draw of it. And when I was in it, I wanted something else. It's always that grass is always greener type of thing. But every year I would say, okay, well, I'm working this Christmas Eve. That's okay. But next Christmas Eve, I'm not going to be working. Like, I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to, whatever. I'll get some other form of work for this holiday season, or I won't work on Christmas Eve. And I would say that every year until last year. And last year was the first year that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be working on Christmas Eve. That's just going to be a thing. and voila, I'm not working this Christmas Eve. So that's kind of how it worked. Every year I said I wouldn't. I ended up working the next Christmas Eve. The first year I said I probably would. I'm not. And I am incredibly grateful for that. I'm sad. I'm happy. I have a lot of feelings all of the time about everything. And so, there are things that I miss about my former life or my former career. And certainly around the holiday season, there's certain people that I miss seeing, certain tunes that I miss singing and playing. And so, but it got me to thinking when I was doing this cabaret and I was kind of putting this thing together. I thought, well, even if I were working this year, my parents, they are church musicians as well. My mom's the director of music at a church. My dad always had a church gig. My brother always had a church gig. So it was like, regardless, like even if I wasn't working, I would be alone because everyone would be working. And so, so I kind of got to thinking about what I loved about that. And, and I started thinking about my mom and dad, and my mom and dad have taught me a lot, obviously, about being a person and being a man and being a good human. But because they're musicians as well, they taught me, so much about my music life, my music abilities. My mom got me my first job, and I've worked with both of them. And one of the things that I have missed on Christmas Eve, even over the past few years as I've been working, has been getting to sing with my mom, which was always a really wonderful opportunity for me. So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all genders, my parents are coming on this cabaret. They're coming in. Yeah, you guys can come in now. They're going to come, and we are going to sing a song. My dad's going to play the piano, and my mom is going to sing this song with me, and she wrote it. It's published, and it's a beautiful Christmas song that I've sung with her many times, and so I'm really excited to sing with her tonight. Do you have the music there? Awesome. Okay, so just a little camera change. And am I in the shot?
You are.
Oh, you are. You're not.
Yes.
So you need to... What's going on here? Oh, maybe like this? Come in a little more?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Okay. So, all right. So these are my parents, my roommates. And this song's called We Behold Our King. Sorry, you can move those. The angel of the Lord appeared to Mary. Rejoice, O favored daughter of the Lord. You shall conceive and bear a son, and you shall call him Jesus.
My soul rejoices in the Lord, and my spirit finds its joy in God, my Savior. For he has looked upon his servant in her lowliness, and all those to come shall call me blessed.
And we behold our King, laid in a manger now. He is the Prince of Peace, God's only Son. He will give us the word of truth, offer the bread of life, and the glory of the Lord has been revealed. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed. The angel of the Lord came to the shepherds. Fear not, I bring good tidings of great joy. This day in David's city, your Savior is born. Let glory fill the land, and we behold our King, laid in a manger now. He is the Prince of Peace, God's only Son. He has given us the word of truth, offer the bread of life, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed. And the glory of the Lord will be revealed. We gather here tonight to celebrate the birth of the one who gives us life. Make us servants of you, Lord, as we walk the path of love that was led by Christ, your Son. And we behold our King, the Savior of the world. He is the Prince of Peace, God's only Son. He had spoken the word of truth, broken the bread of life, and the glory of the Lord has been revealed. And the glory of the Lord has been revealed. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dad. Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
All right. Thank you. Just switch my screen back. There they are. Okay. So, Thank you guys for indulging me in that. That was really nice for my. They brought me a towel too because they heard that I was sweating, and so I'm really grateful to have had them on the show and to be lucky to do music with other human beings in the same room, which is not a thing that people are getting to do very often. So, huge thank you to my roommates. You know, honestly, guys, if you could get a roommate that stocks the fridge, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, though? Know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll stop. All right. I have whiskey in this glass. I mean apple juice. The last time I did a cabaret, it was at school, and they wouldn't allow that on stage. So this is my cabaret in my office/set. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. A few more tunes. I really appreciate you watching and being here tonight. This is really super special for me. So, I want to talk a little bit more about Christmas Eve. Everyone has their Christmas Eve traditions, and it's something that's always really excited me about people. Is I love talking to people about what their Christmas Eve traditions are. Some people, you know, open presents. Some people make tamales. Some people stay up at midnight and then they open presents right at midnight. And I'm like, whoa, it's so weird because, like I said, my Christmas Eves, even when I was a kid, were always with my parents who were working at the church. So like my whole life has been about that. That's been my Christmas Eve, you know, going to midnight mass, 4 o'clock mass, you know, maybe grabbing some quick dinner in between. But these past 6-7 years when I've been up in LA and I've been working on Christmas Eve and I've been, you know, 30-40 miles from my parents and I had to work the next morning, my Christmas Eves were, you know, spent doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 masses and then having the night to myself because I'd have to get up early next morning to go to work. So I developed during that time my own Christmas tradition, and Christmas Eve tradition, and I want to share that with you guys. A couple years ago, back in like maybe 2014, 2013, somewhere in there, my good buddy Nikolai, who's spamming up the chat over there, and big thanks to everyone who's chatting in the chat. I'm reading it all as I go, and it's giving me life and strength. So thank you for that. But my good buddy Nikolai was working that night, and he was working at CPK, which is a restaurant in LA and other places, but he was working at the CPK in Beverly Hills. And he was like, well, you know, why don't you come by after your mass, you know, and before your midnight, we'll have some dinner, we'll have a couple drinks, and, you know, just hang out. I mean, he had to work, but I could at least sit there and bother him. And so I was like, well, you know, if you're working, then I'm going to come bug you. And so I came in that night many years ago, and I had a wonderful Christmas Eve meal, and they were open. And it was really nice. And the next year I was like, I want to go back and do that. And I don't even think he was working that year. But we did it a few times. And Nikolai and I did it a few times. But even since he moved away, I've done it every year since. And it's just, it's this weirdly special tradition to me where I go to CPK alone on Christmas Eve, which sounds sad, but it's not. It's actually very nice. And so that's kind of my Christmas Eve tradition, and something that I love doing. And so this next song that I'm going to sing is a song that I want to sing, and I actually love singing. It's not a song that I bet you've heard before. Maybe. If you've listened to the John Legend Christmas album, which maybe you have, because it's phenomenal, you might have heard this tune, but it's a deep track. This is deep cut. This is B-side. And it's called By Christmas Eve, and it's a beautiful song, and I really wanted to sing it tonight, so that's what I'm going to do. The last thing I'll say is that we all know that this song is being sung by John to Chrissy Teigen. So if you want to imagine me singing to Chrissy Teigen, that's okay. That's on you. That's your choice. I'm not, but the lyrics are written for her. So it's like, it's kind of a toss-up. So I just wanted to throw that out there because we all know it. We're all going to be thinking it anyway. So if you want to imagine Chrissy Teigen, that's okay. I'm 1,000 miles away. It's not snowing in LA, but I'm calling just to say I'm sorry. All the flights have been delayed. I've got nowhere here to stay, yeah. But if I can find my way, I'll hurry. Just hang up the Christmas lights and I'll do the rest tonight. Just tell the kids I'm coming. I swear that I'll be running, and under the Christmas tree together, yeah, we will be. I promise. I'm gonna walk if I have to run. I'll stand on the highway and stop someone. I'll cross the deserts and oceans, a river that's frozen. I'll follow the stars just to find where you are. You can count on me. Make a wish, close your eyes and believe. I'll be home, 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 home by Christmas Eve. And I know it's all on you. Keep it together like you're glue. And everything you do, I notice. I'll bring presents, I'll bring wine, mistletoe for you and I, yeah. And I'll be there just in time to show it. Just hang up the Christmas lights and I'll do the rest tonight. Just tell the kids I'm coming. I swear that I'll be running, and under the Christmas tree together, yeah, we will be. I promise. I'm gonna walk if I have to run. I'll stand on the highway and stop someone. I'll cross the deserts and oceans, a river that's frozen. I'll follow the stars just to find where you are. You can count on me. Make a wish, close your eyes and believe. I'll be home, 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 home by Christmas Eve. Whoa, I'll find my way back to California. I'll follow the map, yeah, to somewhere warmer. I'll carry my bags just until I can hold you again. I'm gonna walk if I have to run. I'll stand on the highway and stop someone. I'll cross the deserts and oceans, a river that's frozen. I'll follow the stars just to find where you are. You can count on me. Make a wish, close your eyes and believe. I'll be home, 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 home on Christmas Eve. Woo! All right, Chrissy, I love you. And John, both of you guys. Wonderful couple. All right, so I've got 2 tunes left here tonight. Thank you, everyone. So this year has truly been a year that we will never forget, no matter how hard we might try. It'll be the year that we think of when we think about all the things that we lost and all the perspective we gained and how much our lives changed. And someday it will be just a weird memory, almost like a dream. But right now it's not. It is our reality. And it's a year where we learned to not take the simplest things in life for granted. At least I did. And I know for me, the thing that I have missed most over these past 9 months is being with people that I love. Obviously, I get to see my parents, which is amazing and wonderful. But, I miss my friends, and I miss seeing the people that I care about. And, I've seen people from a distance, and that's wonderful, and we take what we can get at this point in time. But the freedom that, the former life allowed us to have with other people that we loved and cared about, I do miss that. And I'll look forward to that in the future. So this next song that I'm going to sing is actually a classic. People love this song. I'm going to be honest. I never particularly loved this song. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was like bad, or it's not like Last Christmas by Wham, which every time it comes on the radio, I can't stop singing it for 14 days. Love R.I.P. George Michael, love you. But this song, I heard anew this year. I heard it differently. I heard it like it was the first time. The lyrics in this song are unbelievably poignant for this year, for this time. And so I would implore you, as I'm doing this next tune, to rehear this song as if it's the first song. Listen to the lyrics. They're very touching and weirdly perfect for right now. So, without further ado. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Beautiful song. So, we have reached the end of my show that I've prepared for you tonight, and I've got one final song and one final speech, whatever these little interludes are where I talk a lot. So with the new year quickly approaching, there's a lot to look forward to. And there's always a lot of hope in a new year. I think the new year always brings a ton of hope. But I think this year might offer more hope than we've ever seen before. And so while this song will be the last song of the evening, it's a song meant for the new year. The term Auld Lang Syne means, it's translated to mean like the good old times, the good old days, the old days. And so I'm singing this last song for the old times, the times before the pandemic, the times where we live in fear. In the early pandemic, the times in which that we watched a lot of Netflix, all of the good old times in our lives and in my life that have come and gone and are waiting for us on the other side. And I want to wish you all the happiest of holidays and the most hopeful of New Year's. And I want to also thank you immensely from the bottom of my heart for letting me sing and letting me speak, and for listening and for being here and showing your love and support. I appreciate every single one of you. I am grateful for you, and I wish you only good things. So with that being said, I will sing my last song. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. And surely you'll be your pine stop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet now for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I forgot one thing, one very important thing during this show, and that is that I had always anticipated of making a collection for charity. There has been a new charity, collection of charities that has popped up in this new year called One Family LA. And I tried to kind of get in touch with some of these fundraising apps where you can go directly to charity and post that. But because it's kind of more of a collective and not just a charity, there is a link that I want to send you. It's called One Family LA. I mean, you have your own things that you give to. I just want to shed light on this one because that was the reason I did this show. was to do this, but also to provide help for those in need. And so I'm going to post a link in the chat right now, which is for One Family LA, which is a collection of charities that are giving to families in the LA area who've struggled during this COVID crisis. If you would like to make a donation to them, you can do so on their website, or you can Venmo me and just say that it's for One Family LA, and I will send it over to them. I can guarantee you, I am not interested in having bad karma on my soul, so I'm not going to keep your money. If that's something that you want to give to, you can do that tonight. No pressure, but there's a lot of people in LA that I know, and in every city that need our support and our love and care. And so this is one of those great opportunities that does provide access, help with rent and with food and with other services that people have been lacking on since this pandemic started. So anyway, that is my show. It was wonderful to see you all virtually in whatever way we can. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Just a great time with family, virtually or in person. And please be safe out there. Take care of yourself. Wear a mask. And I'll see you guys soon. And if you're not following my channel, I hope you consider giving me a follow and a little subscribe. So thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope you have the greatest of nights. Eat a cookie.